I'm a senior at Marist College, and I'm originally from Rockland County, New York, outside of the city. And my unique story is I was born with one hand.
Just be like, I like to eat. Like, act really, like, casual. Like, we're talking. So, what's your name? Who are you?
Okay, sorry. Okay. Do you want me to start over with the Marist?
Yeah, just be like, I'm a senior at Marist.
Okay. I'm a senior at Marist, and wait. We should have prepared this better.
Just pretend you're talking.
Just need an Asian on TV. Okay. I'm a senior at Marist. I'm originally from New York. I'm a public relations major, and currently I got into blogging. You know, I like to eat. I like the New York Giants. I have a younger sister who's only 7, and I also was born with only one hand.
And I'll add commentary in later. So, when you were little, just go for it. Tell me stories.
When I was younger, I wasn't treated any differently by my family, but I was treated differently when I was in school, and I didn't really understand why, because I didn't consider myself different. I used to ask my dad when my hand would grow back. And
What did he tell you?
He used to say, maybe one day. Yeah, it never did.
What exactly is your medical condition called or anything?
It's a genetic condition. It's due to amniotic banding in the womb, and it's along the same lines of having a cleft lip.
Oh, it's not good. All right, funny stories, whatever.
Well, I can sense when people get uncomfortable around it, and usually I make every attempt to make them feel even more uncomfortable. I'd rather joke about it than take pity on myself. So if, like, we're in a social situation, I'll bring up the fact that I only have one hand and that they're so mean or something because it's something they said or something they told me to do, like catch something or something stupid. I playfully milk it with my family. Like, if I really just want them to get me a bowl of cereal, I'll tell them I can't because I have one hand. In gym class, I used to tell the gym teacher I couldn't run the mile because I was off balance.
Oh my god.
And she used to feel she didn't know what to do, so I kind of got out of the mile a couple times where I was able to walk it. I used to play the drums. I used to strap a drumstick to my stump, as I like to call it.
Did it stay on?
Yeah. Oh. I just couldn't read music. That was the part I sucked at.
It's only 3 minutes. Jesus. All right, just keep chit-chatting. I have to add music and stuff in, too. You're going to get, like, a background sound.
Is Smiles telling, like, a really funny story for his?
No. His is, Merc was telling me about it. It's an unfortunate something that happened to Smiles at the Yankee game. I don't really know. It was something stupid. Anyway, do you feel like people try to, like, help you or feel like you need help or...
My immediate friends don't, and people tend to rather just stare at it dumbly than make any attempts to help me. I don't know.
Has anything interesting happened since you've been at college? Like, any different? Because I know, like, people at home, like, grew up knowing you and knowing, like, your situation. Like, I don't know.
Well, it took one of my friends freshman year a week to realize that I only had one hand. We were just eating lunch one day, and I went to go pick up a sandwich, and she was in for quite the surprise. Caitlin Corbett.
All right, I'll cut that out, but still.
In high school, I knew a kid for an entire year, and he didn't know I only had one hand. He assumed I was just keeping it in my pocket. Hal Paver. I had known him for about a year. I met him, like, in September, and I was at, like, a post-year, like, party at one of my friends' houses, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm just, like, talking to him all animated with my hands, because I usually do, which is, I guess, what is strange, because I only have one, but I'm very animated about it. And he was like, oh, my God, you only have one hand. When did that happen? And I literally had known him for about a year.
Tell the cat story.
And there was also, you know, I tend to get a little excessively emotional about it at times, so especially if maybe there's some late night shenanigans mixed into the bunch. There was a particular incident with a famous Poughkeepsie cab driver who was very rude when I got out, and I dropped my wallet and went to go reach under to pick it up, and he started driving away, which resulted in me crying for the better part of the night about almost losing my only hand.
Alright, is there anything else?
What about, like, any, like, bad experiences? Like meeting people or something?
I'm trying to think of something. We have to have funny stories about it.
No, if you want, like, a variety between, like, only funny stories, or do you want, like, because then you can say, like, sometimes when we went out, I remember, like, we were at, like, Backstreet or something, and, like, someone came up to some guy and was like, don't talk to that girl, she only has one hand, like, if you want to include something like that.
Or the time I almost fought fucking Courtney because...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe mention how, like, graduation, how you have to...
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
Because that will, like, be, like, the ending, like, so...
Okay.
As we get close to graduation.
So as we get close to graduation, I do have one fear brewing deep within me, and one insecurity that, you know, is tough to overcome, and that is the actual receiving of the diploma and shaking someone's hand, because I'm physically incapable of doing both at the same time, and it's going to be up there on a big screen, as we all know, and yeah.
No, it's perfect. This is just, like...